Did you know that teenagers' brains aren't fully functioning until about 10 a.m. in the morning? That's an entire 2 hours after most schools start. Could you only imagine how the brain function works for students who are younger and as the grades get earlier? Not everyone wants to be a parent. Not everyone strives to be a parent, is a parent, will be a parent. But I am sure that we all have a young person in our life that we know deserves to have a quality education. We know that the public school system, especially in Texas, can be disproportionate to the Black community, the Latinx community, and the working class community families. Because of standardized testing, inadequate learning materials, and also just trying to stay afloat of the school to prison pipeline, it becomes stressful. That is why I believe families should strive to remove their children out of traditional and institutionalized school settings into homeschooling. Homeschooling benefits your child in academics, prepares them for the real world, and allows for individuality. First, let me explain the difference between unschooling and homeschooling. Unschooling is believed to be a subsector of homeschooling. However, it's completely different. In homeschooling, they have a set curriculum and it is essentially school, but at home. In unschooling, there is no curriculum. Children learn from everyday experiences. According to an article by Dr. Peter Gray for Psychology Today titled A Survey of Grown Up Unschoolers, unschooling is not schooling. They do not establish a curriculum for their children. In unschooling, there are no standardized tests, no STAR, no TEKS, no ITBS. There is no measurement of proficiency. Also, with unschooling, there are no lesson plans, which means, like in traditional schooling, there's a rush to meet each criteria. Lesson plan here, move on. Lesson plan here, move on. With unschooling, a child is able to take the time to use free resources online, such as Khan Academy, libraries, and learning on their own, and taking in all the information they need when they need it. According to Luba Vanjola, the author of an article, How Do Unschoolers Turn Out, for KQED on September 2nd, 2014, only 11% of unschoolers surveyed said that they fell behind in one or more subjects. Because of this, there's less stress and less pressure, so a student is able to thrive more in unschooling. Unschooling also prepares a student for the real world. Most unschoolers are actually socially aware, and again, according to Luba Vanjola in that article, How Do Unschoolers Turn Out, they 70% of participants said that the experience enabled them to develop as highly self-motivated. They are more social. Although, contrary to belief that people who are unschooled don't have any social skills, they're able to move in these social situations because they're in mixed age groups and they're usually interacting with other unschoolers. They're also able to have more cultural social experiences, which means if for a day you needed to learn about art, they're able to go to an art museum. Or if they want to visit an ethnic grocery store, they're able to do that. Unschoolers also move on to go to higher education. According to Lorena Sanchez Tyson's article, Trusting Children, published in 2019 in Volume 13, Issue 25, most important decisions in most institutional settings are made directly by instructors, which means that they don't have any say-so in their futures. They aren't able to practice autonomy and have this individuality the same as students who are unschooled. And unschooled students are able to practice autonomy. They're more likely to be more creative in problem solving. People who are unschooled do go on to pursue higher education, and getting into college is usually an easier process. They don't have the stressors or the expectation to pass entrance exams such as the SAT and the ACT. People who graduate from unschooling are also more likely to grow up to be financially secure adults. They mostly take jobs and careers in STEM fields as well as mostly the creative arts. I persuade you to leave the traditional education institution settings to start unschooling these young people. Unschooling is beneficial because it allows a child to thrive academically, socially, and even in their future. Malcolm X once said, "An education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to who prepares for today." I will add that it does not matter on this journey where education happens. It never said it had to be in a classroom. Thank you.